Hey, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're back. Karaoke Andy here. And it's been a long break, 3 weeks, I believe. Last session was it the 26th of July? Or am I completely off? Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for being here. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to trade live with you here in Tom's trading room. This week, yeah, flying solo, right? All week, both EU and US sessions. And on Monday next week, Tom will return. And as always, the disclaimer. This is no financial advice, only for educational purposes. Trading involves risk and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct your own research before trading. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is governed by the stipulations set out on the website tradertom.com, tradertom.com/disclaimer. So, let's look at the DAX. We have here previous session low coming in at roughly 911. Overnight low as of a couple minutes ago, roughly 73. Yesterday's close. When I say yesterday on a Monday, I mean, of course, last session, which was on Friday. So Friday's closing price 26,136, and previous session high 165, overnight high 170, right? So this is those are two blocks to trade the espresso. They're 19 points high. That's the offset that I'm going to use. So let's set that up. We have 1 more minute and 30 seconds. Some of you guys really seem to have missed me. I received a lot of messages during the break. So thank you very much. Putting a long order in. Oh, that's a lot of. Can risk a little more. Didn't want to, but why not? So using, I don't know, an arbitrary offset that doesn't interfere with the short order that I'm about to put in. So as you see, this bar is still moving. So I need to readjust here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's probably a good idea to switch on YouTube. Then you see my screen. And here we go. DAX is open. I will post entries in the Telegram channel as they occur. If you're listening in, if you use Divergent, that's audio only, but that has almost zero latency. right? YouTube has some latency, so the screen is a little bit delayed. And if you just look at Telegram and wondering what's happening, yeah, there you only see entries and exits, right? A gentleman wrote me this morning. I was like, yeah, you guys are only posting entries and exits. And I'm just thinking, yeah, maybe he hasn't heard of this actual streaming. So I asked, do you know that we trade live and stream that to YouTube? No. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, for those of you who are new, maybe read a little bit what I'm posting there ahead of the session. There's also pinned messages, maybe read that, and then you should be a little bit more enlightened. So far, the bears seem to be in control, pushing below the overnight low here. Well, delete this line is only confusing. I just put the text there where the actually low was. I do that if I mark something on the chart, if I put there some horizontal lines or write there something, I'm doing that for you. I don't do that myself. I have a trained eye to, when I look left, to see what's within the cash session and without. And I pretty much immediately see the... this is interesting. The highs and lows. Okay. So now we have a situation that we didn't get a fill. So now I will switch now to what I call the karaoke espresso. This is a breakout over the over the interval from 850 to 903. That means we will go long above here, short might even come on, something like that. So for the regular espresso, those orders would be cancelled. I'm deleting them. So indecisive open. So far, not much happening. Let's take a look at what the UK index does. Okay, printing a big bull bar. Closed the gap. FTSE closed at 10,816. We just closed the gap with the first 5-minute bar, which so far has a range of 19 points. Sizable bar. So the setup that now occurs here is called the first bar positive. That tells us we should sell short below the first 5-minute bar. So I'm putting an order in here. Now I have to open this in split view. So let us see what's actually happening on both markets. Sorry, I only have one screen here for you to stream from. Not a fan of the price action in the DAX right now. Second 5-minute bar trades inside the confinement of the first 5-minute bar. So far we are printing an inside bar. The second 5-minute bar in the FTSE superseded by half a point or so the previous 5-minute bar, which was a perfect bull bar. It's only a tiny lower and upper shadow. However, we're printing now so far a perfect bear bar and have retraced about 50% of the first 5-minute bar. Now, lots of overlap with longer tails or longer shadows, however you call that. That predicts chop. I don't like chop. Who does? Please raise your hand. Hey. So, looks a little bit that the bulls want to stay in control. While I'm saying that, yeah, you know, it's the second 5-minute bar. It's only so much I can narrate. You can see the nonsense that's going on there. I'm not completely thrilled to take a position here. Tell you what, I will delete the orders here and here. Let's wait maybe a little bit before bulls and bears have decided what the fuck they want to do, right? So far, both buyers and sellers seem to be more or less in agreement that this is a fair price at which the DAX is traded. And yeah, same as in the FTSE. Once they find their bolts, we might jump on. How about that? So, and while we're waiting for that, I want to address something. So, a couple of you guys have asked me, and there will probably be many more questions. And poor Andy is here and not Tom. But those of you who are in the Trade from Chart software group, right? So, those of you who are in the Trade from Chart software group, they have seen this message from Tom. You can't see that. Do you actually see that message? Or do you just see my... because it's... Okay, then I will just read it to you. Important message for TFC users. It's also stupid to read that. Maybe I can trick it. Telegram. Screenshots are not allowed. There's of course a trick to do that. Yeah. So, number 1. Every day. Number 2. And number 3. So, right. Okay, can't possibly see that all, but okay. So, this Tom right in here in the Trade from Chart software group, right? So, I'm using that extension that Tom got himself developed that sits on top of the Trade Nation browser. So, and I'm reading that to you. Important message for TFC users, dear trading colleagues. 2 years ago, I created this Telegram channel called Trade from Chart. The software we call Trade from Chart is an extension built to sit on top of the platform of Trade Nation. This extension has significantly improved my trading performance, in particular in fast-moving markets. The cost of building the extension has been paid back 1,000 times or more because of the extension. So, my team and I have tirelessly worked on improving the extension. New features have been introduced, and we continue to create new and innovative ways of improving our trade selection execution. So, and now is there an important part? Change. Before I went on my August holiday break from streaming, I made a commitment to you. I said change was coming. A licensed and regulated CFD broker has taken an interest in our TFC software and indeed in the entire ethos to trading and trading education that my team and I bring to you every day. The broker, which for now shall remain nameless, has asked if my team and I would put our name and brand and reputation behind them. We have given their proposal a lot of thought, and we have decided that it is in everyone's interest to join forces with an entity that can provide the necessary capital to enable us to provide an even better service than we did before. We have from the get-go been non-affiliated, and I have funded everything myself. We have now been given an opportunity to push the platform development further than we ever had before without losing our commitment to put the end user first. That's a win-win situation for everyone involved. Live trading room. Another extremely positive outcome of our negotiations, and this is important for us here, right, was the ability to provide a longer lasting daily live trading and educational channel. While it may take a little time to get the live trading up to where we want it to be, the goal is to provide coverage for 10 hours a day, spanning all 3 major market areas: Asia, Europe, US. Change is rarely easy or never completely straightforward, even if it's for the better. My team and I are restless souls that want to push forward and break new ground. Trading is not just our job, it's our passion, and this passion drives our research and our desire to trade bigger and better. Conditions. When I return to trading with you in a few weeks, I will provide much more information than I have now. However, I think you will be exceptionally pleased with the new arrangement. Licensed and regulated CFD broker, 10 hours live trading and education in a day, free for clients, tight and fixed spreads, high leverage if you want it. Copy trading, yes, I will start copy trading. When I return in September, I will give you much more information. For now, I just wanted you to know that while change is coming, this change will be in everyone's interest. There's nothing for you to do at this moment in time. For now, everything continues as normal. Until see you then again. Until I see you again, stay strong. See you soon, Tom. So, all right. And that's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I get a lot of questions concerning this, but I am not at liberty to tell you more than what Tom has written there. So I want to just ask you to kindly wait till Tom is back. You see here the holiday schedule. This week, me flying solo, doing all sessions, and then Monday, 31st of August, Tom is back, and I'm sure he will tell you everything in great detail. So for now, we just continue here with the live trading. All right. So hope that already covered a lot of what you guys have on your minds. DAX basically the closing price was here, and then traded in a tight range here overnight. Now slowly trading below it, or attempting to. Bar 3 made a new high, but closed at its made a new low, but closed at its highs. But so far, no follow through for the bulls. This looks a little bit more bearish. So far, the UK index still indecisive. Bears are now trying to push lower, but bulls keep it so far the middle of the first bar. So we're still confined within that bracket there. DAX looks like it could break lower. So the fourth 5-minute bar will give us an aggressive school run signal. Maybe if it breaks lower here, I might take it. If we make a new low here, then at least we know we are in some sort of a bear channel. So far, the bars are overlapping pretty much 100% with the exception of bar 2 and 3. So I will put a sell short order here below the low, 2 points below, maybe 3. Low is 60.8, so we do 57.5. So yeah, I believe we trade all the way back up here, that will be clearly invalidated. So if you want to mirror that, there it is. See now the ASRS signal bar is coming in. My order sits a little bit lower. So 3 points lower. I'm hoping that a clean breakdown is a little bit more evident. With that amount of overlap, we might establish here a trading range, and that would mean being short here is the wrong move. In the trading range, you should buy low and sell high. Simple as that. So let's look a little bit together at the larger picture. So you see here that so far, this is the daily chart, the all-time high. Let's check on the weekly if I'm not telling any nonsense here. Nope, I don't. So all-time high coming in about 400 points, 500 points higher than we are trading right now at 26,581. Right. So, and we had a couple of consecutive red days in the DAX, with the exception of the 21st, which was last Friday, I suppose. And now you see here that previous session low coincides here more or less with this swing high. So what's going to happen now? Will this give us support and DAX will go back into all-time high territory? We maybe get a higher high, or so will this be a pullback, or do we see some more continuation down? And you see that those retracements here, they have all a certain length, more or less, right? Some more shallow ones in between. But you know, if you project that down here, it's a little bit more room to the downside, even in an intact uptrend on a daily chart. I'm making higher highs and higher lows, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, right now we're filled short. So short position in the DAX. FTSE is not coming down, but we're still basically trading within the range of the first 5-minute bar. Believe I'm leaving the FTSE alone. The DAX on the 15-minute chart looks like it wants to trade lower. We opened gap down. We're trading below this overnight sideways movement here. Not below previous session's low. That was down here. Position is more or less at entry. Now a little bit in profit. Looks like we're breaking down. But as I say that, boom, back into hopefully not the range. Oh, there seems to be a lot of latency. If the position is in profit when ever so slightly even, if this bar closes, I will add to it on the classical school run short. So shout out to the Austrians, not getting sponsored by Füsselauer, but I've been in Austria for a couple days, riding a bicycle alongside the Danube River, and swimming in the beautiful Traunsee. Very slow price action. So far, everything points down. What is concerning, though, is that I don't know when I posted that 5 minutes ago. We were trading at 57.5. Okay. Position ever so slightly in profit. I can see. Okay. So I will add on the school run. If this accelerates, I may need to do that shooting from the hip. So stand by to add to the short position. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I was able to get the school run order in. Cool. Okay. inventory. Stop loss. Stop loss we have to do something about. For now it's at 26,090.3. Possible targets. The swing low here at 0.11. This swing low at, wait a second, why is the previous session low? Ah, that's the previous session low. Oh, made a mistake here. You know, guys, I don't mark that down. I just see that when I look left. Yeah. So. See that this sucks. UK index coming down as well. I want to probably will put back an order in to sell short the FTSE. Low coming in at 8. So I keep an eye on that. Now I have to do something about the DAX. Ooh. So I posted this as half positions. I'm trading that at 3/4 size with small stops. So probably leave that in place. In case I get stopped out, that would be 92 3/4 points. So basically 69 regular points risk. problem that I have is that when we trade above the previous bar, that would trigger a school run long. Support here. Oh, well, that's it, huh? There was some spike. Bulls tried to break out here. It failed. Probably a level where buyers should have bought back here, back in the day, huh? The 20th. Not now, bulls. Maybe they forgot to delete their buy orders. I have no idea. Yeah, so what are we going to do about the school run long? Would we have traded this as an anti? Maybe it's just a very choppy market. Here, this looked like a clean breakdown, and then, phew. Maybe this is a shakeout. Maybe not. Question is what's happening now, right? Hmm. Now it bar's deflating a tiny little bit. Okay. So no close above for the bulls. Yet above previous bar high. That's what I mean. Bar 8 didn't close above previous bar. So for the 5-minute period from 8:35 to 8:40, bulls couldn't hold a couldn't establish a higher price. But bar 7, a strong bull bar. Look at the body. It's the biggest body of all the bars here. All the previous bars. Oh, a yellow jacket. A wasp is just flying in here. Bloody hell. So, sorry about that. I have to do something about it. Wait a second, please. So that one is gone. All right. So I will want to. Okay. I was a little bit hesitant. I wanted to close the first position at entry, ease off a little bit. Maybe just keep the school run short alive. So stand by for that. My God, this is slow. Okay. Closing first entry. So, and I will move stop loss down on the other position to 0.79. So now we have a clean school run with a stop loss above the second 15-minute bar. So in case this here was a shakeout and we see continuation down, good. However, if we reverse from here or trade back into the range or whatever, we have reduced our risk. I will probably not flip long because the third 15-minute bar honestly right now is not very convincing for the bulls. Closed, Yeah, maybe is that above the midpoint even? Let's measure. $40. Yeah, above the midpoint. Okay. Yeah, well. That's the thing. If you have multiple positions on, in case of add-ons, when it reverses or trades back into the range or whatever DAX is doing right now, you have to think of a way of dealing with that, because now you're overexposed. And I think there are no fixed rules for that, because every situation is different. Almost stopped out. So I'm very happy that I did that right now. There's no fixed rule book for that. Just need to be mindful of your exposure. That's why I say, and Tom preaches that, and I preach that too, never add to your losers, because you don't know what's going to happen, right? It is, but if the market shows you're on the right side and your first position is in profit, that's more information than any historical research or backtesting or so can give you. The actual market right now tells you that, at least so far, and I'm pointing at that second 15-minute bar, so far you're right. So that's the best form of confirmation, is when a position is in profit, right? So, and then it can still reverse. The odds of that are probably lower, but if it does, yeah, then you're suddenly overexposed. I don't know how much you add. Tom usually adds 100% on top, so that's skyscraper style. I kind of do the same. It's the first day after the break, so I just took it in 3/4 of a size. I posted in the entry as 50% trades. So that this loss is not 40 points, but 20 full points, or 30. Now, come on, stop me out. There you go. So, stopped out. So, I'm not taking the flip here. Even though bulls seem to be in control right now. See? This is where DAX seem to have reacted to. See that? That level. Yeah, I guess I will not take any more trades. Also, I'm canceling the order in the FTSE because you see here, it's not doing anything, just meandering. So, will we see continuation? Who knows? Maybe. So far, we have 2 bear bars on the 15 minutes, 2 bull bars on the 15 minute, and this one still needs to close. Right now, we are trading barely above the starting point of the session, barely above. So I will take your questions now. Shoot, ladies and gentlemen. Mo, hello Mo. Mo says, Andy, I do find it very odd the way you constantly refer to bulls and bears as though they are just 2 distinct groups of people trading the futures market. It's a lot more subtle than that. We have algo scalping ticks. We have long, medium-term traders, short-term traders. They can be long now, short in 2 minutes. Talking about the bulls and bears is meaningless in my very humble opinion. Anyways, good to have you back. Mo, look, this is splitting hairs, right? First of all, I'm not trading the futures market, right? I'm trading CFDs, which is just replicating the underlying asset. And the prices that are reflected on my screen and moreover the times that I'm trading here represents rather the cash session. But as I said, that's just splitting hairs. The terminology that I use is just synonymously, for buyers and sellers, bulls and bears, right? I have clean charts. I need to narrate what's going on here, right? So I could say, institutional algos, scalpers, machines, computers, floor traders, investment banks, investors, long-term investors, short-term speculators, day traders, the list goes on, are buying, or I can just say bulls, right? So just for you, Mo, just use it as a bracket term, right? That represents all of those. Look, I'm a simple man. If a bar goes up, price goes up, I say buyers or bulls. If price goes down, I say bears or sellers, right? So, yeah. So I don't mean those perma bears or whatever, those short sellers or long-term investors who just buy an asset and sit on it. I don't refer to those. I just mean price goes up, bulls, buyers, price goes down, bears, sellers. Okay? And that is also, I believe, or sometimes I say traders, right? And then you could argue, yeah, but there's also a lot of machines trading there, algos, AI, whatever is happening there. Yeah, you would be right. But we have to express ourselves in a way that is not getting too complicated, you know. That's the thing. We are here, I believe, also you, to make money and not to nerd ourselves out about terminology, right? But there's a lot of textbooks who probably use the same terminology. I don't know if you have read Al Brooks. I believe also describes that sometimes like that. It is what it is. Anyway, Mo, I hope that helps. Glad that you are here with me. And thank you for putting up with my unsophisticated terminology. So, Renas says, hi, is this how you trade outside the streaming, or you have your own way that you trade privately? Oh, this is... I mean, if I wouldn't stream with you, I would probably trade that exactly like that, my friend. I try to maybe a little bit. Since this is Tom Hugart's channel, I try to use Tom's entry techniques as a structured way to interact with the market. So to take the school run and first by negative, first by positive. So if I would trade by myself and I would see this here probably. I would probably sometimes just shoot from the hip and sell short at below here. And sometimes I do that on stream as well. Been doing that for a while. So just right now, what's happening, it looks like it was just a shakeout. We got stopped out, right? So if we make lower lows, should be short again. If we need to push below. So far, anyway. No, I probably trade pretty much as I was on my own. Maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive on my own here. I want to showcase good trading, solid risk management. Ben S says, my man, welcome back. We missed you. Excited to keep learning from you and Tom. Greetings from the Philippines. No questions. Glad you guys are back. Thank you for being here, my friend. I'm also glad. Feel like I'm a little tired. So deep. What a name, huh? Deep. Hi, Andy. Good to see you back. I wanted to ask, is it common for traders to take a break in July and August? I was looking at past data and the volume of contract traded in DAX do tend to go lower around this time. Wanted to know your thoughts on this. Volume lower, market slower. Yeah. Generally, you can say that, right? You can say that. Now I'm thinking we should be short the DAX again. FTSE is also coming down. I don't like the overlap here. But if you just look at the bodies, it goes down. It's clearly some sort of wedge here. There's a clear support structure here in the FTSE. In the DAX is a little bit more messy. But you see that once we trade below 42, buyers seem to step in also right now. This might break down later in the session. I will just take questions now. It's not. So I will switch that off. Not to be swayed. Russ, the market is behaving a little weird this morning. Some session to come back to. Not. Yeah, well, sometimes it moves and sometimes it doesn't, right? We tried our best. We swung the bat and controlled the risk. We took a small loss, but nothing extraordinary. The worst thing that you can do is expect a breakdown or an acceleration of a bear trend. So far, it isn't. So at least I didn't flip long. That would have not been ending well. Would have been stopped out. We will stay out of this. If you want, I will be back for the US session. The US indices, the Dow and the Nasdaq, they move usually a little bit faster. Maybe can make a couple more points there. Hopefully. So there is Hensikampf. Hello, Andy. Welcome back. We missed you. Quick question. Is there someone in the trade fraud chart support to help me with a little problem? I tried to contact the Telegram support for TFC, but nobody's answering. Thank you. All the best. Yeah, the Telegram support. It's just one man, right? That's Mr. H, or Herrick is his name. It's just one guy. So, you guys, you see this donation button, but I know not many of you press it. In fact, most of you don't. So I think it's fair to read the manual here. Read the manual. I mean this donation here, right? Probably nobody of you did that. Read the manual, and if there's something that still doesn't work for you, yeah, just write again. It's just one guy, and he does a phenomenal job. Yeah? But it's not a customer service, but the developer. So, I mean, what do you guys expect? You get fantastic free software, and you expect a huge company behind that with a support team dedicated. No, it's just one guy, and it's donation based. So, if there's anything we can maybe clarify here, can maybe describe your issue, Hensikampf. I will take a look. So, Phil, how do you get your TradeNation interface like that? Mine looks completely different. Oh, Phil, good question. I was just talking about this year. Yeah? So, this is maybe the time where I have to... just a second. I haven't done that in a while. Shoopy-doo, shoopy-doo. Yes. So, you guys are always asking the same questions, right? So, go to Trader Tom Live Day Trading, where I just posted the trading tickets. Take a look. Boom. So, here ladies and gentlemen, I just posted the top 4 FAQs for new members, right? So, and there is question number 4. Can you post the link to the Espresso video? Can you tell me how to install TFC? Right? So that was the gentleman who just asked why my Trade Nation interface looks different. So, look, brother, I'm not a personal search engine. You probably are perfectly capable to find that for yourself. Maybe a good start is go to tradertom.com. Maybe you click around here, maybe on live trading, and here you find Trader Tom Trade from Chart software group, and here you find a Telegram group link. Maybe you click on that. Maybe there's a pinned post. Maybe you should read that pinned post in there. Stuff like that. Hope that helps. Okay. Nice to see your face and hear your voice. MST, thank you very much. Andrew from the UK. Good morning, Andy. Hope you had a great summer break. Great to be back. Yeah, well, I already did my summer holidays. It's just Tom who wants to do research and break and all of that. But yeah, spent a couple of days in Austria. Had a blast. But I'm also happy to be back with you guys now. Ed says just, oof, good you guys are back. Phil says, thanks, I found the answer in between your response. Thanks. There you go. No worries, mate. Richard, welcome back online. I hope you had a good break with the family. Yes, I sure had. Sue just sends a big heart. Oh yes, Sue, there's a big heart for you as well. There you go. Valentine says, welcome back. Rory, welcome back, Andy. Lindani, welcome back, Andy. It's good to see you. Good luck today. Thank you, brother. Chris Q, hi, Andy. Good to have you back. Is the transaction tool working? Where you can close half or all of your trades? You mean trade from chart? Oh, wow, look at the DAX. Whoa. What just happened? Look at that spike here. Wow. Okay. You can say DAX just, for all intents of purposes, had closed the gap. It's now trading back down. UK also did something like that. There must have been some news or so. Wow. Something like that is more common for the US session. In the DAX, to see something like that is quite extraordinary, don't you think? Well, anyway. Some of you know what just happened here at 10:07. Would appreciate if you share that. Last G. Hi, Andy. Welcome back. When you first presented Espresso, it was 17 point, and I have noticed that sometimes you seem to diverge from that. Some days it's 16. Today it was 19. Can you explain what causes of the change and how many point it needs to move beyond the bar for the open before you enter? Well, Lars, that's the thing. You expect that, and a lot of you guys ask about that, about the Espresso. And I want to be very open about that. I didn't do much research on that. And the reason why that is I don't have reliable tick data. And what I mean by reliable tick data is that especially we are trading the open, the immediate open, right? And if you look at the charts, and 1 minute is not enough, right? So the first 1 minute bar can already stop you out or fill you or whatever. The contains maybe already the entry and exit or the entry and stop out of an espresso. The first 1 minute bar, right? So yeah, and if you look at charts from different CFD brokers, especially when you compare that with the futures, there are some slight differences in this. Yeah, you don't need to follow up. I'm explaining that for everybody, right, Lars? Don't be. I'm getting to that. Don't be impatient. Easy. So if you look at the charts from different CFD brokers, you see sometimes that they differ a little bit, especially in the length of those spikes. And since we are with the espresso trying to capture the volatility at the open, immediately at the open, I would in fact need tick data from the broker that I'm trading with, which is Trade Nation, to do reliable research. And I don't have that. So what I did is, of course, I looked back in time, and I did that on the time frames that are available for me. And I played around with different offsets. And then yeah, I chose one that looked all right visually on a lot of charts and forward tested it. So now, here's the thing, that when you look at already at the weekly chart, I started to trade with you the espresso already in April. So, and in April, DAX was trading at 20,000, right? Between 18 and 21,000. And now we're trading at 26,000. So that means you probably need a larger stop loss for your trading, and probably you need couple points more offset for your espresso. And I'm constantly trying to optimize that. But, you know, there is no fixed rule or fixed formula, right, that I can give you. I mean, you can probably put into relation, you know, we all know how to divide, right? Put into relation where DAX is trading, where it's historically been trading, and the historical offset, right? And the offset that we would need now. Yeah, Lars, hope that makes sense. And sorry for explaining it a little broader, but I get a lot of questions on the espresso. What you guys also, let me repeat that. I'm not here to give you a mechanical system that you could just say, ChatGPT, please program me an expert advisor that runs on MT4 or MT5. Here are the rules. And then you press play and then make money while you're sleeping, right? Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. A mechanical system like that does not exist. If you think you're getting away with fixed stop loss and fixed take profit, and that works all the time without you constantly changing that and constantly doing rotations of other mechanical strategies and whatever, you know, you're gravely mistaken. Yeah. So and that's really the core of most questions that I get about Tom's entry techniques. They're just that. They're entry techniques. If you backtest them, you have to define exits which are not defined, right? If that makes sense. So the moment where you do that, where you defined a take profit level in terms of points, distance, ATR, or whatever you do there, you're altering that strategy, right? And you might be satisfied with the answer, but you can't then say generally the school run works or doesn't work or whatever. Tom, of course, does a lot of research, and he looks, for example, personally, if that gets him into a trend day, right? But the way Tom makes money is by adding to winners and exiting discretionary. And also, I myself, in my very humble way, compared to Tom's experience, I also exit discretionary. So, and to me, that's really at the heart of what you should try to learn and to become. And I know that's the hard way, right? That's what you want to avoid, because that's painful, right? Taking losses and accepting that you actually don't know what's going to happen, and you will never know. So that's why most of the guys, you are obsessed with entries, with entry techniques. You're obsessed with technicalities and offsets and expectancy and risk to reward and win rates and things like that. Because what you really want is certainty in an environment where you actually need to learn how to navigate uncertainty. Yeah? So that's really at the heart of it. The holy grail in trading is discretionary trading. The more you are exposed to the live markets, not on a demo account, but you taking trades in a live market, putting money on the line, the more you train your nervous system, the more you train your eyes to see patterns, things maybe you don't even have the vocabulary to describe, but that you have seen a million times over. Right now we should be long the DAX, by the way, but I'm not taking any more trades. I just wanted to tell you that, right? And then you can make it work. You can keep, like today, in a slow market. Well, while we were trading, it was slow, right? It looked like it broke down, and then it didn't. We kept the losses small, so we survived this chop. Okay, we're not long yet, but that spike also might have done something ugly to us. Who knows? Anyway, but then there are those days where you see momentum, right? Where the market actually moves maybe several hundred points, and then you stay in, right? And be more aggressive. And that's how you make money. Yeah. So survive the chop, maybe even be able to extract some points on slow days, and then when it moves, you have the conviction to act, right? So because when you trade purely mechanically, you assume every day is the same, right? You wait for your setup, wait for your A+ setup, patiently sit on your hands, and then your A+ setup comes, and then you take your 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and and then 90% chance you will lose money, because it's what happens, right? 90% of retail traders lose money. Because that's what everybody is doing and everybody's talking about. You don't need to do what I'm doing or don't need to do what Tom is doing, but I'm encouraging you to do at least something else that everybody is doing, because what everybody is doing doesn't seem to work, if that makes sense. So, a couple more questions. Johan, welcome back. Thank you, Johan. Glad to be back. Mo apostrophe men Cardi. I trade chop, I call it the steak take. And when I'm in loss, it's the chop sop. All right. So yes, somebody who likes to trade chop. Good for you, brother. You must be a good scalper. Felix, I'm excited to see you guys trade again and hope you had a nice holiday. I also want to thank you for recommending the book High Performance Trading by Steve Ward. I'm just at the half point of the book yet, but implemented everything, especially breaking down my process to follow it like a pilot, and the check-in to the ideal trading state already have a massive effect on my performance. How has this book impacted you as a trader, and what were your key takeaways? Brother, look, I did all of that, checklists and checking in, and it's, you know, and then I had a small child and my sleep schedule was disrupted, and even right now she's going to kindergarten. She's 5 now. When I get up, I have maybe half an hour to look at the markets, and then the chaos here starts. Before both my daughter and my wife are sort of out of the house. So, what can I say? It's for me. I don't have that luxury to structure it like that. I have to make it work. I have some of my routines. Yes, as you see, I try to look at the market structure before the trading starts. I look at a selection of old trades, also some of my book of horror, right, to get me into the right mindset to prime me. But yeah, if I'm streaming with you, most of the time I'm fighting technicalities. Today OBS wanted to update and then it didn't work anymore, and then yeah, like 5 minutes before you want to take a trade in the espresso, Telegram streaming doesn't work, so you have to type there something, you know. Anyway, but it's a book that helped me. That's why I recommend it. I'm happy that it helps you, that you could take something away from it. It's called High Performance Trading by Steve Ward, trading psychologist who also works with elite athletes. All right, so Carequinia posted 2 question marks because he assumes I haven't answered his question. But I did, brother. I said that summer markets are slower. You're not making that up. So, Russ says, double bottom and I took a half size long. Should have been full size. Welcome back. Russ, double bottom here, right? Long position now. You're still in there. Well done. This rejection, however, would have freaked me out. Now we are basically trading higher. Well done. Tanuki from the Philippines. First time here, Andy. Thank you. Maybe a lost day, but the learning is not quantifiable. Stay strong. Yeah, small loss, brother. Controlled loss. No stress. I had, however, I think before the summer weeks we made a lot of points together here, so that wasn't too bad. I don't mind losing. I just like to win more, to be honest. But you can't win every day. I said I didn't want to flip here. Had I flipped, let's be honest here. Yeah. Bar number 5 also traded below bar number 2, which is the screw run bar. So the stop loss would be down here, would have been stopped out. Yeah. So twice. So would have been a double whammy, unless for some inexplicable reason I would have managed to take profit up here. Then yeah, that's a lot of ifs. Yeah. Andrea, good friends. Bro, no espresso this morning, but I see you more relaxed. Very good. I miss your life. Yeah, I was no fill in the espresso, right? It was just very choppy, and thought we probably can save ourselves the pain. Eventually traded lower. So, but hey. Don Quinshot, welcome back, Andy. Thanks for your update on Tom. We have been to Berlin, driving up there from St. Malo in France. Very done, very well done. When you added your second position on the DAX, did you move your stop loss to break even? No, I did not. There was not much buffer. Yeah. So what I did here, I think we can. Why not? We see a little bit more on the 5-minute chart. So I sold short here, and then more on the school run. I think I had 50 point stop loss on the school run, some 40 point on this entry. And then I lost half a point on that first entry. I tried to close it for a scratch, right? And I had the chance, and I managed to reduce my exposure, because it clearly didn't break down, right? So, and I just left the screw run on with the stop loss adjusted above the screw run signal bar here, and that's where we got stopped out. So numero uno. Thanks, Andrea. You're also my numero uno friend here. Nice to see you again, Andy. Summer choppy markets, says Alexander. Yeah, you're right. Mr. M says, hey, Andy, great to have you back. I can see that your hairstyle did not change a bit. Love it. Yeah, you know, I'm a man of habit. I go to a barber shop here in Prague, and I recently changed the barber. I usually get cut by the boss, but the boss schedule is quite full. So, and there is now a heavily tattooed, but otherwise very attractive a lady doing my haircut now, and she's doing that very well. Yeah, and so every 4 to 5 weeks I get the same haircut. That's it. You see, sometimes my beard gets a little longer than I trim that back myself. Also always the same style. And you know, since I'm turning 50 next year, I'm in a full-blown midlife crisis. So sometimes you see me coloring my my gray beard. So sometimes you see that it gets a little darker. That's me just showcasing some vanity. What can I do? So anyway, Mr. M asks, I'm curious about risk because I trade CFDs as well and I'm using IC markets. And when I trade there, I use a position size calculator where I basically just set my stop loss and I risk either 0.5, 1%, or 1.5%. I'm a bit confused about the risk with points and the risk with percentages. Do you ever think about that, or what are your thoughts? I appreciate your bother. So, yeah, that's the thing, right? The way I trade reflects just a little bit the style that you are used by Tom, right? I trade with you in the DAX, one lot. Today I size a little bit down. It's not much, but hey, it's live and it's my own money. If I risk 50 points, that's $50, gone. So it hurts a little bit. But the stop loss size is, yeah, can I say? You should usually place your stop loss based on structure, right? Or at the invalidation point. At a school run, that's the opposite side of the signal bar, for example. That would be the invalidation point. But usually I use something arbitrary in the DAX. Actually, in every market that I trade. And that is based on ATR. So right now I would risk something between 70 or 80 points in the DAX. 25 in the FTSE, maybe 30. In the Dow Jones, 190. Nasdaq 170 points. Yeah, and the stake size should then be adjusted, right? Well, I kind of do that, but the money that I have for trading is a little bit more than I've deposited here. I just deposit here enough in my account to open positions. The margin account, right? You need money in here to open positions. So this doesn't reflect my account size. So maybe that's a little bit the confusing thing here. But Mr. M is absolutely right. Conservatively, risking something like 1% of your account size is a good measure. And the way you do that is usually you place your stop loss based on structure at the invalidation point or based on ATR, whatever, and then adjust your stake size. So that stake size times stop loss equals 1% of your account, or however much you want to risk there, right? So I'm doing it a tiny bit differently here, but that's just for you guys, actually, to confuse you less. Trading more or less like Tom, and Tom also trades like that. Just keep things simple, right? So there's a 100% position, there's a 50% position, and stop loss is more or less arbitrarily or based on ATR. Yeah, that not like the tiniest market breathing up and down gets you stopped out. So that's it. I don't like to do micro adjustments to my position size. I keep it simple, so it will usually be one lot, unless I need a very large stop loss. Then it will be half a lot, stuff like that. So, and the Tom trades basically the same. Okay, so here is something in Arabic. A gentleman from Egypt. Hi, karaoke. This is